Have you ever wondered, are there military services other than the ones that just represent nations? Are there teams hired by governments that can't always exactly get involved because of foreign diplomatic reasons? Well, I'm here to tell you yes, that these teams do exist. These companies are known as private military contractors, otherwise known as PMCs. These companies are used worldwide by many different nations to carry out many different tasks. First, I'm going to explain what a couple of these companies are and what they have done. Second, I'm going to explain a life of a private military contractor. And then third, I'm going to wrap it up with some monetary aspects of these services. The first company to really arise as a private military contracting company is a company called Blackwater. This company was originated in 1997 as a training facility for military and cops to work on counter-school shootings. After the Columbine attacks, a lot of companies seemed that it would be a good idea to implement these trainings into different kinds of tactical operations. These companies evolved in a couple years as private military contractors. According to CNN security blogs, there's an article called Confessions of a Private Contractor. These blogs and this blog gave details about companies such as Blackwater, ATAC, and Armor Group. Blackwater first got involved in counterterrorism during 2001 to 2004 as a secretive company. After 9/11, this company was used to provide security teams, tactical operations, and in high-stakes situations that the military couldn't get involved themselves. They used over 20,000 men to get involved into these operations. Blackwater was initially a completely secretive operation until 2004. March 31st, 2004, 4 operators from the Blackwater team were killed, set on fire, and dragged through the streets of Fallujah. This was a public display of 4 military men being overran by Iraqis. This was the first time the world had been introduced to PMCs. They watched the news worldwide and saw 4 men getting dragged through the streets. These men were not involved as a military unit as the United States. They were not involved in any other government military units. They were contracted by the United States as a team of Blackwater. This gave away the whole secret of PMCs. In the article Beyond Blackwater from The Economist, Blackwater showed its involvement post 9/11 in the Middle East. From 2004, when it got exposed, into 2008, another 60 companies of PMCs started to get involved, and another 50,000 PMC contractors were shipped and deployed. Life as a contractor was not always guaranteed the next day. Usually, these contractors were sent off to missions that the military wouldn't use their own soldiers themselves. These are very, very dangerous operations and move high-stakes, valuable diplomats into security operations. To be recruited as a private military contractor, you must have a particular background. Applicants must be from Special Forces, Tier 1 or Tier 2 military operations, or they must be from SWAT units or other high-stakes law enforcement teams. Most contracting teams do not accept civilians unless they have extreme high level of tactical experience. But groups like ATAC also are the world's largest outsourced civilian teams. So some teams do contract civilian warriors and train them to become PMC contractors, but most of the time you have to be from a military background. Now, once deployed and contracted as a PMC, you are required as a new set responsibilities and actions. First, PMC officers cannot talk to any sort of media. If they're exposed as a picture like on Instagram or Twitter or any kind of social media, their eyes must be blacked and their faces must be blurred. These men are part of high-stakes security operations, and most of the time their identities can be compromised. If these identities are compromised, it can give away a whole team or even a whole sector of their PMC units. Now, when PMCs talk to the media, they have to use names that aren't their own. Most of the time they're listed as Lloyd, Dan, really, really generic names. This is because they cannot sacrifice their individual personalities. Now, once the monetary aspect of the PMC is hit, you can look at it on two levels. You can look at it on the level as the company, and then you can look at it as the level as a contractor. Now this is also involved in the life as a contractor because it involves their money. Now contractors that are deployed can average from $500 to $750 a day. Now this will reach about $22,500 a month once deployed, ranging $200 to say $270,000 a year. But as a PMC contractor, you're not deployed 12 months out of the year. You're deployed 3 to 5 months usually, and have a 1 to 2 month break in between contracts, which can really, really hurt financially. Also, as a PMC contractor, you're not given any sort of insurance. You have no life insurance because your life is very, very, very jeopardable. Also, your family is not given insurance like you are in the military. So this can affect you on a financial level. But looking at it big business-wise, the big business of PMCs is actually a lot more than we think. Now, Blackwater, which is the #1 company used as a PMC, is probably the most high paid. They are a contract with Uncle Sam, which comes out of United Americans' taxes at $2 billion. They're contracted at $2 billion, paying their contractors $500 to $750 a day. Now, we may not always realize, but governments pay for this, and other governments pay for this, which can affect humans and can affect lives of other people other than the PMC. Now that you've learned a little bit about how much the PMC makes on an aspect, you can kind of understand what it's like to be a PMC. In conclusion, private military contracting is a secretive and lucrative business. Services that can be purchased by any country under the table aren't exactly the best thing. But they have proven themselves very, very valuable and have proven themselves as a factor for retired veterans and an outlet for some people to go into. The job is a very dangerous and it's a very high stake level of line work. But the companies do provide great performance. The job itself is, as a contractor, is not very associated with the monetary reasons as it is associated with working for the government company. I hope you enjoyed hearing about PMC contracting and about a little bit what they do.